instead of just, static and close up. And when I would see the footage, they would use it. So I started very quickly just editing as I was directing, so to speak. Yeah, I would do a move instead of overlapping it, which you usually do. You there's plenty I would okay, cut. Yeah, what are you doing? Change the angle, so I knew they'd have to cut at that point. If it was, I didn't do it all the time. There's certain specific scenes that I wanted, that were important to me that I wanted to do.
Well, in the first season too, Chaim made it after the first episode was done, and then they had to redo it. It worked very well. That director lasted one episode. He made a rule that we couldn't have anything longer than an 18 to 24 frame shot. We had to cut every 18 to 24 frames because that's what he saw MTV doing. And so when you're doing these long dolly shots, well, they're going to be longer than that, so the editors would get freaked out because they didn't want to get in trouble and they'd chop it all up. So that's part of what you had to face. But, I really liked that.
It was money too. These guys did a great job because a lot of times writers will overwrite, and I've got to do, I've got 8 hours or 10 hours to direct, what I can do that day, and it was good because we wrote just enough, I always finished the days, and I was responsible for that, and a lot of times I like to use steady cam, and that comes down to money, so a lot of times Jonathan, no, I can't have it, why do you want it? I have to go, well, let's see, and it'd be a fight, tooth and nail sometimes to get the equipment you need to do the stuff, and the quick way is, sticks, close up, but I fought, constantly to shoot like feature stuff. And that's why I was hired, because one of the producers on the show, I directed films for him, and he wanted feature directors in there. But a lot of times it didn't look like TV. Believe me, I stopped watching shows because I was just, I couldn't do that like that, So it was a disappointment to me as a director, you could do creative stuff and not have it here, But, like I say, there's a well-oiled machine, time is money, and you get, the main thing is you got to get all the shots for that day done, and you can't go over budget, over schedule. Because, like I say, I had to air and stuff. Sticks. There you go, right there. He's on sticks. Yeah, because when you're on a dolly, you can move, but it takes time to lay that track, and they got a lot of light a lot for myself. I learned quickly to get a script, to pick what I thought were the good parts, and make those ones kind of special, and for the rest of it, just get it done, so to speak.
Pick your battles.
Yeah, pick your battles.
Was there anything particular you remember from the show, like a scene you were really happy with, in terms of its visual appearance, or just the camera work and cinematography?
Well, I like that. Dolly and zoom out one. I think they found me. Yeah. Do you guys remember what episode that was?
I don't remember the moves.
I think it was Putty on the Right. I'm not sure.
It was an early one.
It was an early one, yeah. And I think it was the only time I ever went to the office and talked to the editors, and boy, I was mad. And I went back and they put it in. So, but it was a fight.
Thank you.
All right, this is a question for all of you who worked on Masked Rider, which I actually really do love, like not ironically. I was just wondering about the whole development of that show, because I know it was originally seen as more of like a sitcom-y thing, and just talking about, coming up with it, the development, and seeing it all through, if you could.
Well, let's see. Well, yeah, Bob Hughes is the producer on the show. I would love it if we were here right now.
Bob.
And for Masked Rider, as it was described to me, as that they wanted, it had a feeling of Power Rangers, but with as I said, a sitcom feel. We were actually aiming it in that direction. So we added a funny little furry alien to it. They had played by the actor who played Vinny.
Vin Troyer.
Yeah.
Vern Troyer.
And so we had as much fun with that as we possibly could. I think I wrote about 8 episodes of that. So in terms of developing that, I was kind of, when I arrived, those meetings had already taken place.
Yeah, with Bob and Doug mostly.
Yeah, I think Doug and Bob had sat down and said this is how we're going to do it.
They told me from the beginning they're trying to feature the family with it, and the Ring Ferguson was fun, speaking different languages. We wrote Fergus, we had whole dictionary. I wish the guys would have that. Of what every little sound he made meant. It all had real words, including some really bad ones. And I wish we had it. He was really saying his own language. And Vern was hysterical. He'd come to the studio, and he'd drive a big pickup truck to the stage. You know, the guy's about this tall. And he had special things put on the wheels and the brake and gas, so he could pick up the big blocks. And he'd come to the studio, and he couldn't really see over where the wood started and the window is, so you're looking at the control booth. So you just see like a little bit of bald head sitting on the top every now and then. But in terms of story arc, we just kind of followed what those guys had in mind doing on that. And tried to have fun with it.
All right, cool. I can hopefully it will come out on DVD one day because I really actually like it.
One funny story, I used to go because they shot Masked Rider in the stage right next to Power Rangers, and they would share the common meal area. So sometimes I'd come down and have a meeting, and it would be around lunchtime because they feed me. And there was Vern sitting with his Fergus suit, kind of half peeled down, sitting back with a cigar bigger than him and a blonde on each arm. I mean, how does this guy do it?
It's magic.
It's like, wow, okay. So he was that way even back then.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And that was the last question, everybody. So a big round of applause for our guests.